Coming off of a game that saw a lot of mixed emotions, with us actually seeing some of the smoothest gameplay we probably have this season. We were scoring offensively, we were making some plays defensively, but in the second half, third quarter, we slowed down. Fourth quarter, we came out as flat as it could be, and we ended up giving up 10 points, which would give the Packers a 1-point win, 29-28. Now that was a game where we really saw the ratings be the main reason why the teams performed the way they did. The offensive line finally looked real. Tyron Smith was a top 3 tackle in that game. Against Rashaad Gary, nothing. He shut him down. Now, the Packers don't have a very dominant defensive line. They have an aging A'Shawn Robinson, who is a 76 with some boost. He was also, I believe, possibly even injured in that game, so it would have been Rasheem Green who came in, and he's a 73, who also might have gotten injured because they did have some injuries in that game. So then they were down to Adonis Richard, a 69. At right end, they had Carl Granderson, a 74, and Devontae Wyatt, a 72. At DT, they did have Kenny Clark, and he was definitely, I think, a big reason why we struggled to run the ball almost entirely in that second half. Behind him, Thomas Booker and Jonathan Ford, a 70 and a 66. Over at the outside rushers, obviously, they have Rashaad Gary, and Gary, really good, but going up against a top 3 tackle, we got the better hand there. He was effect for us whenever we would scramble to the outside, but when we stayed in the pocket, we were solid. Lucas Van Ness made a couple big plays. I mean, absolutely decleated on a press coverage for Nakua, though that was hilarious. Over on the other side, though, they have Christian Harris. He has 73, and then besides him, they have Enagbar, maybe? Enagbar, perhaps? I don't know, a 72. So the Packers don't really have a great defensive line, and we saw our offensive line perform well against them, again, as expected. Reed Dickinson had a better game, I would say. David Williams performed solidly. We had McAllister starting. He's been our best player on the offensive line already this season and continued to play really well. Avila was solid, and Tyron Smith locked it down. So it was great to see them perform. So I'm not going to make any adjustments to the one we made last time, which was raising up the pass block by 1. So far, all looks, I think, really good. Quarterback play was solid for both teams. We had some inaccuracies. They had some inaccuracies. Really great to see. Unfortunately, though, this team chokes in the fourth quarter time and time again. So we got to find a way to not do that. As today we have the Cleveland Browns. Their overall is technically below us. They have a 76 offense and 84 defense. So their defense is better than ours. But all in all, I think we might have a good path here to at least some good gameplay. They are a okay rushing offense, one of the worst passing. Defense is really good at stopping the run. We just came off of a game where we did well in the first half, awful in the second, but they're not very good at stopping the pass. So that's what I want to focus on today. Try to get those short, quick passes out, and then also try to get the running backs involved maybe a little bit more in the passing game. We are doing slightly better this year in terms of stats compared to last season, so if we could keep that going throughout the second half, we could definitely take a nice step forward. The main goal today is to repeat the same gameplay that we saw last episode and see if these sliders are truly accurate or if that was just a one-time event. So let's jump on into this Browns game and hopefully come away with an actual win. Our offense up first as this game now underway. Williams back to return, and sure, we'll go ahead and take it out here with some lead blocks that do not hold long enough. So we're going to start back at the 21. Probably should have taken the kneel there, but it will be CJ Stroud on this offense heading out. And once again, up to a 2-1 touchdown to interception ratio, fixing what was a little bit of a problem for him, primarily just in one game, because we're going to have to step up here, avoid the sack, we pick up 1. And also back healthy along the offensive line. We tried to shake it up a little bit last week, had an injury. We're going back to the lineup we had as we're going to go with the RPO out to Nakua, who toe taps down the sideline, picking up the first down up to the 34. Great job at the sideline, great sideline awareness. But going back to the offensive line, Williams back at left tackle, Hobart at left guard, and McAllister at center. As we're going to try to maybe go deep here, see what opens up, or scramble throwaway before the sack. Try to keep things clean here. Also need to keep things quick. That's kind of what we've learned with this offense. Need to get the ball out quick, not sit around all too much as Akers finds some space through the middle. A little bit of a juke, try to get back to the right, but a great run, his first of the day, picking up 12. And is honestly probably about 12 more yards than he had in the second half of last week's game. As we are close to midfield here, just a few yards shy. Gonna go across the middle. That one aired out too much, and it's going to be a pick. Ball ended up going straight to Darnell Savage as the Browns will take over. We had Nakua coming across, but way too much under that throw. Putting a little bit of touch on it, fine. All of that touch, definitely way too much, and I'm pretty sure Darnell Savage played with us a little bit that first season. So almost a little bit of some revenge as there was a bad pass from Watson. Unfortunately for us, Rice not able to take advantage of it. As for this defense, though, everything as normal except for one of our linebackers, Chanel, getting the start due to the Solomon, the rookie linebacker, injured, who does not make the play there. Slowed him down for a split second, but we do get him down before the first, leaving 3rd and 5. They have a trip set out to the right-hand side, tight end to the left. Will be an empty set across the middle, and they're gonna give him the first down there. It was fairly tight coverage there from Murray Jr., just not able to quite time it up. Will be a first down just past midfield, going back to the run, and breaking through one tackle was Luke Peak. Luckily, we get a couple other guys there to get a quick stop. One of those being Johnny Smith over at left/right end. He moves around a little bit. He's definitely become our number 1 defensive lineman as they try to get to the outside. Conley there with a great stop. Would like to see a bit more from Nick Bell and Luke Peak the remainder of this season. They've been a little bit hit or miss, to say the best, as they are going to pick up the first down once again here on 3rd and long, finding Bell. That's his second 3rd down conversion. Had the 3rd and 5 and picks up the 3rd and 11, I believe it was. As they continue their drive, they're at the 36. Sitting underneath, they will dump it off to the outside instead, jumping over one tackle, shaking off another, and bumped out of bounds by Graham, down at the 15. A gain of 21 for Blanchard, their X-Factor tight end. As they go under center here, it will be a handoff, trying to cut to the left-hand side, picked up and slammed forward for a gain of 2. Honestly, haven't seen too much to be impressed really with Carl Lawson. We have Stewart out there, the rookie, on this play. As they go back to the outside, a subtle juke gets by Murray Jr., but not going to get by Chanel. And that leaves them with another 3rd down, this time a 3rd and medium, as it's 3rd and 7. Need the first down at the 5. Sitting in the pocket, curl, should have been a touchdown, but no, the pass is off, and we will force a field goal attempt at least. St. Just in coverage. And Joey Sly will head out. Sly has done me wrong so many times in Madden, and in a way, he does me wrong here once again. Tacking on the field goal here for the Browns. They take a 3-0 lead. Let's see if we can get off to a better start here offensively. Only down the field goal. Just need to see some methodical play as Akers fights forward for about a gain of half a yard to a yard. Browns do well to realize that we like to go with some short plays on play 1. Gonna go with Nakua on the slant, picking up another first down. 2 catches for him, the only completions on the day for Stroud. And with time running out here in the first quarter, maybe see if we can find a pop play downfield, or just dump this one off for DeGuara as Myles Garrett was getting around the edge, but we actually end up losing a yard. So we'll head into the second quarter from there. First quarter, very relaxed, nothing really splashy for either team, as we still have a close game here, 3-0. Trying to set up a halfback screen, get it out just in time. Just trying to find some blocks here. Akers cutting back in and not going to quite burst through the gap, but does pick up the first down to about midfield. You know, want to make sure we get these running backs involved as much as possible, even if it's through the passing game rather than the running game, as we're going to get the receivers involved in the running game. Akers out in front, though a great block shed there by Denzel Ward. Limited what could have been a massive gain. But definitely doing well to get Nakua involved early on here. Haven't really been able to go to any of the other receivers so far today. As the pass rush gets in, and we can't get the ball out to a wide open Tommy Tremble. If you ask me, kind of felt a little bit like a forced animation there to have the bad throw. We had a couple steps before the defender really was going to get home. As we swing this one out, it's Nakua with another first down. Not going to get away, but down to the 24. Again, game today is short, quick, get it out, and try to make some moves in open space. As we hand this one off, Gibson down the middle and not trucking through the Mitchell. Tackle, gain of 3. But we are seeing the rookie Ayers out there in the slot, the most inner slot. Gonna go right down the seam here, though they cover that one pretty well. Palmer on the outside has the step on Ward and brings it in. Ward almost got back there, but Palmer makes the play and we finally get a deep ball for a touchdown. I would love to see this offense work on just these dink and dimes and then be able to take it top off the defense, similarly to what we did there. Defense, though, might have a tough task taking on this X-Factor tight end. Might need to rotate around some of the play calling a little bit. We've gone more man heavy of recent, but might need a little bit of some zone help in this one, and if we could just get some slightly better tackling as well, that'd be great. Booker with the first down run there. They're up to the 35, staying spread. Will this be a straight up pass across the middle, but dropped by the receiver. We sent the blitz with the corner off that side. It was a good read from Watson, just I guess a better play to force the footsteps. That was about as much as we really got there as they swing it out wide. Gonna go to their tight end. Little tight end RPO picking up 6. I'll say I like that design there from him. Could have been a scramble from Watson. Instead it goes with the throw. And they have a 3rd and 4, which they're going to sit wide open. Just a little bit too deep in coverage from Adebo. Though zone coverage had him sitting deep. Was technically doing his job and maybe needed some more there from the underneath cover guys. Either way, it's another 3rd down conversion for the Browns. As they go across the middle once again, trying to get to the outside, they do, but Adebo with a sure tackle, but another first down given up. Really could use some tighter coverage here as Rice over to the right-hand side going to be one-on-one with that tight end. Rolling out, Watson scrambling and dropped. Going to be a combination of Johnny Smith and Nick Bell. Now we're definitely seeing a lot more from Johnny Smith since making some slight tweaks to other ratings, or other sliders, I should say. We didn't touch any sort of pass blocking as there's a big stop on the outside for Woodyard, another rookie. He came in for Smith on that play and definitely showed out as we have a 3rd and 23. Will be another throw. Watson with a good pass, getting it out to Bell, who's given them so many first downs, coming up 2 yards short. Now he definitely got the best of Conley on that one. Too close for comfort, though it will be a field goal attempt here. Under 1.5 minutes, they'll get this one off with about 1:15 on the clock as Joey Sly puts another 3 on the board. But with that remaining time, can our offense find some more points? We got 3 timeouts in the back pocket and just over a minute left, but need to move the ball 75 yards for a touchdown or get to around that 35 for a field goal. As Nakua coming across, we get it out to him, though not going to break away from the coverage. A quick stop will get back to the line. As they bring down the safety to the right-hand side, let's shift the coverage or the blocking that way. Though he does drop back out. Maybe go with an underneath throw here for Nakua, who can't quite hold on to it. Placement not exactly where it needed to be. Would have liked the throw to bring that a little bit flatter, but we have a 3rd and short here. Hard count, no one jumps. Once again, going to try to get this halfback screen off with some open blocking. A little bit of a juke from Akers. Does get to the out-of-bounds marker, keeping all those timeouts in our pocket. And we still need to get the ball, I would say, about 20-ish yards further downfield for a field goal. As we bring out a tighter formation here, we're going to roll. Can we get Parkinson? Yes, we do, breaking away from one. Tries to get the cut back, but no. A strong tackle forces him out, but we're down to the 21. Looking good so far. And still having all of those timeouts in our pocket. Now, I would like to go to Marshall here, depending on what the safety does. Also have Nakua as an option. A little bit of some play action, forces a step up, but they cover it pretty well. Stroud going to try to step up, cannot get to the outside. A clutch tackle there from McGuire. We'll call one of the timeouts there, leaving 24 seconds on the clock. 2 more timeouts remaining. as we come out with the tight shotgun look, a little bit of some play action. See if we could get Jarrett one-on-one in the back corner. It's overthrown. As that now leaves us with a 3rd and long here. 3rd and 13. First down marker is about at the 10. Though, we're going to go for a simple play here. If Jarrett's open downfield, fantastic. I also wouldn't mind Akers on a little bit more of a wheel route. Get that out there a little bit quicker. See what kind of coverage we get coming across. Going to get it out to Tommy Tremble, who turns up, stepping out at about the 15. 4th and 4, should probably take the field goal. A little bit of a letdown considering how quickly we got down here, but better to take the points than to risk it all and get nothing. So that's what we do. Tacking on 3 points will make it a 4-point game going into half. Or at least, that's what we hope, as there's 11 seconds left, some time here. Though they do go with a run, Booker trying to get to the outside, a good tackle, they call a timeout. We'll leave them with 7 seconds as we back some coverage up here. Don't want to get beat over the top. Though they go right back to Booker, trying to get a run to the outside, breaking one tackle as Murray Jr. gets the stop, and they're going to send out a field goal unit from here? I highly doubt Joey Sly could hit this one. Kicking from just on the field itself, about 57, so about a 67-yarder. He actually had arguably enough power there, but it goes wide left, and we get a little bit lucky to not give up any points there. So we will head into halftime with a 4-point lead, though not a clean way to wrap it up, but offensive snaps dead even, though I feel like we were the better offensive team, at least from a balanced standpoint. We gave up a whole lot in passing on 3rd downs. 3rd downs we got to clean up, but that'll be for the second half. As for looking around the league, big division game, Cardinals currently down to the 49ers, 21-14. 49ers 7-4, the opposite for the Cardinals. Jumping then across the nation here, we got the Giants taking on the Commanders, and it's a big win for the Giants, 31-14, as the Giants move to 7-5, Commanders fall to 7-5. Interesting for that division. As you take a look at the Vikings taking on the Seattle Seahawks, a big Seahawks win, 38-14. Seahawks doing really good this year behind their young quarterback in Jay Scott, 4 touchdowns for him on the day. As we get the second half back underway here, it's going to be the Browns out on offense. They're down 4, nearly made it a 1-point game before half, as they start off with a quick dump off here to Booker, who's not going to get back to the line. 3 different Rams defenders there to help get the stop. Definitely need to see this defense flying around a good bit more in this second half. We gave up way too much on 3rd down, as there's a sack, a lone sack for Johnny Smith, make it 1.5 for him on the day. He is really coming along at that spot. He does have extremely high, I can't remember if it's finesse or power moves, so we're definitely seeing that rating be a key one for us, as it looks like they're going to throw it out late. Adebo swats it away. We'll get the stop finally on a 3rd and long, bringing up a 4th and 16 and a punt. Now as we get our offensive going for this second half, they're in some not press, but some tighter coverage over on this outside, as we have an RPO dialed up. We'll get it out there, and apparently it's going to be an incomplete pass. Probably a little bit of a bad read from me. Looked like he was taking that step back, but then came crashing down. So instead, let's just go with a true run here. Trying to find a little bit of space behind Hobart. Powering forward, making it a gain of 5 goes Akers. And we'll need the same kind of result on 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Hard count, no one jumps. Gonna try to set up some slant plays across the middle. We have Nakua once again holding on to it, getting smacked around a little bit. But we're close to midfield with that 1st down. And I feel like Nakua's really having his first big game in quite a while. As we're gonna try to get some downfield threats here. See if we could open up this defense, though. Pass rush coming in, we'll dump it off for Akers, who also dumps it off to the ground. Sometimes he makes some really great catches, breaks a quick tackle, and picks up some good chunk yardage. And sometimes he drops it. As we go with the draw down the middle, great blocking. Tommy Tremble downfield in the 2nd, 3rd level. A 1st down rush for Cam Akers. Now what I would love here, Nakua going down the seam. If we could bring down Ward with a Jarrett quick curl, though they do actually cover that pretty well. We're going to have to roll around and probably throw this one away, though. Take a late hit there from Myles Garrett, no flag. I feel like that's one thing in this game the refs definitely do not like to call, but it happens a whole lot as we have 2nd and 10. Hard count, going to try to get Gibson out on the screen, but read extremely well. It'll be a loss of 4. And we'll need to get down to around the 22 for a first down here. Hard count again, no one jumps. As we have Tommy Tremble down the seam, but not quite high enough. Took the shot, but it will be a field goal attempt once again. Really need to work on making sure we try to get some high passes out there. As Brown is out here to try to widen our lead. Has the power, has the accuracy, and we will make it a touchdown game. Now, this is very similar to the kind of play we've seen from this team where we play games extremely tight, and in the fourth quarter, some things don't go our way, and we end up giving away the lead and eventually the game as they do pick up a first down on their first down rush. Hopefully not a sign of what's to come. Again, as we were just talking about, that could very well line us up for some not great plays. There's Nick Bell with a quick answer, loss of one. He was drafted to primarily help us out, and not even a primary spot, both in the run stopping and the pass rush, but we really haven't seen that too much from him, as that one's gonna get picked off. Curse not gonna get the spin move. Honestly, I have no idea what happened out there. Did Adebo knock it up, or did it go through both Adebo and the receiver's hands into Curse? And what it looks like is that it was tipped up. So Adebo makes a great play, a double hand swat, tipping it right to Curse, who takes the ball over. So a great bit of teamwork there. Gives us a 1st and 10 at midfield. Hard count, no one jumps. Need to take advantage of this. As we roll, try to get it out. We had Palmer crossing, but not enough time to throw. Drives like this really are the primary reason we have or have not won games, and most of the time it's have not, as we're gonna have to try to throw that one away again. They're reading the screens, gotta get away from them. So on 3rd and 10, we'll set up some play action, try to get some crossing routes. Even Tommy Tremble on a drag could be the go. As we'll get the ball off here. Who's going to find an opening across the middle? It's going to be Palmer with a secure grab, taking some hits, but he holds on to it. We're down to the 26. And a smart call from the defense here. Was wanting to go with some RPO, but they bring down the safety, cutting off that option. We'll just have to hand it off instead. Akers will get what he can, a gain of 2. Now with the single high safety, a more likely chance we can get Nakua down the sideline here. Again, depending on how the outside corner reacts. And they still cover it down the field, so instead, Stroud trying to scramble and will dive forward, making it 3rd and 2. And Stroud definitely looked tired on that one, so let's give him a little bit of a break here. Go with a stretch, try to get the blocks, which they actually get perfectly blocked. Akers didn't even know what gap to choose. We pick up the first down, we're down to the 11. And we'll maybe have time for one more play here this 3rd quarter, though we don't have to run it. And seeing how they lined up, I'm not gonna run it. We'll head into the 4th quarter. We have a touchdown lead with an opportunity, as long as we don't mess it up, to widen that by at least 3 points, but I prefer 7. So to start this 4th quarter, we'll go back to a play we ran just prior to. Trying to get either the stretch or the quick slant to Palmer. And we'll go with a stretch, though. They almost sealed it, but instead Akers diving for the first down. Not as big of a hit as Nakua got last game, but a dive that at least will give us a first down. And if we could do our part here on that first down, give Akers his touchdown. And we're going to run this one pretty much right at Myles Garrett. I want the double team there. Though we don't get it, but it's blocked well from Hobart, and Akers walks in. Make this a 2-touchdown lead to start this 4th quarter. A great job from this offense to capitalize off of the Curse interception and put all the pressure here on the Browns. As they start their 4th quarter with a check, flipping it essentially, got trips out to the right-hand side, they're tight end to the left. It's a quick throw out to Bell, who catches it, gain of 9. Without a shadow of doubt, he has been Watson's primary receiver today, though we're going to get a penalty here. A false start will back him up. So with a 2nd and 6 rather than a 2nd and 1. They'll still spread wide, trying to go underneath. Big hit comes in from Graham, but Bell holds on to it, though not enough for the first down. Instead, we have ourselves a 3rd and inches, and perhaps another false start along this offensive line. Indeed it is. We'll back them up, make it 3rd and 5. That one was on their X Factor tight end. As they'll go empty here, 3rd and 5. We'll try to cover it as tight as we can, though they go downfield and throws it out of bounds. Not even a play could have been made there. But we're not getting off the field yet. They're lining up to go for it here on 4th down. 4th and 5, trying to set up some more throws across the middle. They'll get it out to Bell, and once again, Bell comes through. The switch between the linebackers there in coverage was not clean. They take advantage of it. We are seeing them make a lot of audibles here late on. Maybe try to find some ways to beat our defense, who has been pretty good, as Lawson misses the sack and faking the slide, then diving forward. They give him that extra progress. Gain of 8 for Watson. Technically, by rule, when you start that slide, that's where your forward progress stops. But the refs don't abide by that as they get to the outside. Some great blocks seal the edge. Adebo not gonna get the ankles. It will be a big touchdown run for Antoine Booker, making this thing a 1-score game. Now we've just got to be able to ice the game here. 5 minutes left, still plenty of time, but we need to be able to slowly and methodically move the ball down the field, something we've struggled with whenever we've been given this opportunity, though. Good start, 8 yards with Gibson. And with how much space we had there, we'll keep that same lineup, though instead of the draw, going to go with just a pure run down the middle, and Gibson pushes forward for the 1st down. So I want to make sure we're not continually running the same thing, keep the Browns offense guessing here. So probably obvious, though, we're going to go with the jet sweep as we bring Nacua over, but a great tackle, and Nacua a bit shaken up on the play, but able to bounce up. We'll head to the sideline to get further evaluated. Looks like a lower body injury. Hopefully, it's just cramps. He was hitting that Gatorade bottle, getting stretched out, so hopefully that's all it is. As we're going to need a play here, Jarrett makes a great catch. The timing on that, near impeccable. If that ball was thrown a split second sooner, knocked away, maybe even picked off. Instead, 3rd and inches. Handed off to Akers, who bounces through a gap, picking up the 1st down. Now, we do have an update on Nacua. It is a quad strain, so he may be able to come back, but we'll probably be pretty cautious with him. As a good cutback there from Akers, we'll net 3. Now, we have just 2 minutes left to drain off this clock. As we have 2nd and 7, some off coverage here. And they do back up even further. We'll get this one out for Palmer. Try to lay the truck stick, instead slips through the tackle, picking up a 1st and forcing a timeout to be called. We tried to run that play several times today. First time it was actually successful. Picking up that 1st down, we're down to the 40. Get a good block there from Hobart, though couldn't quite slip underneath it. Only 1 timeout now remains for the Browns. Once again, some RPO. Got Jarrett on the quick slant, though we will just hand it off, though the block on the outside did not stay very well, and we have a 3rd and 11. 1 minute, 47 seconds on the clock, and we need to get down to the 30 for a 1st down. Or we let some clock roll, try to get a field goal, make it a 2-score game. That's the safer call. As we go with the dive, Gibson down the middle, trucking, making it a 4th and 1. And while you would kind of want to go for it here, seal the game that way, should probably go with the field goal. So that's what we're going to do. Brown comes on out as we boot this one up and in between the uprights, making a 2-score game here late with not much time left for the Browns. But can they find their path to at least a quick score? Bell has been a problem today. He's in the slot over on the left-hand side, though they go instead right across the middle. 87 with a quick catch. They do not have any timeout, so the clock is going to roll here. We essentially just need to protect the sideline. As they go to the outside, not protecting the sideline there, but luckily they do not find Bell. Rice definitely got beat there. Didn't come back to bite us. 3rd and 6, Bell over to the right-hand side. Sticking with some man coverage. Instead, they go 87 across the middle as they're up to around the 45. Carl Lawson shaken up will force a timeout to be called. Browns get pretty lucky there. Lawson just heads to the trainer's table as we're under a minute left in this one. Going to the outside, it's picked off by Murray Jr. Quickly turning, trying to get downfield, but just gonna get to about midfield, and that will do it for us here. Today, we took care of near every opportunity we had, scoring off of turnovers and running out clock, plus tacking on some points. Wasn't a touchdown, but we made it a 2-score of the game, and then Murphy Jr. making the big play, getting the interception and sealing this game. We finally get another win since our first early in the season. And with that kind of showing, I do think we've found ourselves the true slider set we needed to really make this game function properly. So that is fantastic. It felt very ratings based. We didn't do fantastic offensively. We won, only scoring 23 points. It was 2 touchdowns, I think some field goals in there. So all in all, I think that performed really well. Their offense struggled. They only scored 13 points. Our defense has been about average, and I feel like it was very comparable. So that is great to see. Again, for a quick little update on them, I will show you those sliders. One thing I don't know if I've mentioned is I've also turned off the momentum thing, and I think that greatly has also improved the game. I think it was kind of broken, but these are the sliders. Most of it is pretty much all Mat 10 that we've made are subtle tweaks, and those tweaks I think have cleaned up some of the slight brokenness that we were seeing and have made it a little bit more ratings based, while also keeping some pretty good animations as well. So all in all, extremely happy, pleased even with how these sliders have kind of fixed things. It makes things actually competitive, but also keeping that realism factor, which is what I want these franchises to be. Let me know if you feel like they are the same, or if you feel like that maybe now it's too easy. Do that again. Let me know what you think about these slider changes. And also, I feel like we need to leave a little bit of some love for Nakua. He had a fantastic game where he was really keeping the offense moving quite a lot early on in this one. So great job from both sides. Both sides made the plays, and hopefully we'll see that continue on, as next time will be against the Indianapolis Colts, who are 6-6. They have a pretty wide range, really, of how they've done this year. Defense, awful at stopping the run, though really good at stopping the pass. So we might need to shift focus, go back to the running game more next episode. Their offense, about average across the board. So we'll see how we do next time out, and make sure you see how we do. Hit that bell icon on the bottom right, or scroll down, hit the subscription button, and definitely tap the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, with the state-only challenge every Wednesday and Saturday, which you guys will be able to vote for probably now, actually. I think the polls are up, so if you have not voted, go vote. But we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next Rams, the Colts game, and then the start of a new state only on Wednesday. So until then, see you guys later. Bye.